Hello and welcome to Today in the News on Vanguard Live. My name is Damlola Okushaki. Let's move straight to the front pages of the dailies. I'm starting with Vanguard. Vanguard is leading with Why I Invoked Spirit of Freedom in Ogun. That's coming from Tinubu. Explains how he invoked the spirit of a Milokon twice before February 25 election to overcome obstacles. Says cashless policy or not, he was sure of victory. Optimistic about a positive change, urges Nigerians to endure baby steps of pain. You can see that story on page 8. And there's a photo story here showing the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum, and Governor of Imo State, Senator Uzodinma, and President Bola Tinubu at the Sala reception for the President in Lagos yesterday. On page 5, NASS Principal Officers, tension as competing camps await Tinubu and APC's nod. NAFDAC warns Nigerians against contaminated Sprite in circulation. That can be seen on page 9. On page 12, alleged blasphemy. Christian Association of Nigeria denounces brutal killings of Sokoto Butcher. On page 31, sports, our hospital authority left former boxer Okorodudu to die. Catholic bishops to lawmakers, Christian education bill negates 99 constitution. Nigeria's intra-Africa trade dips 12% to 842.6 billion naira in first quarter of 2023. Buhari never told Tinubu not to probe former government officials. That's coming from Garba Shehu. UI, Unila, Covenant ranked among 1,000 best universities in the world. Nigeria's situation requires exemplary leaders. That's coming from Peter Obi. Navy redeploys 57 senior officers in major shakeup. You can see that story on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now let's move to the Punch newspaper. Punch is leading with service chiefs seniors. Military orders generals to retire. Gives Monday deadline. CDS director officers above course 39 to tender retirement letters. Directive meant to uphold hierarchy, service discipline. That's coming from DHQ. And on page 18, subsidy remover, federal government saves 400 billion naira in 4 weeks. Lagos court acquits a woman charged with assault on policeman. Naira devaluation will increase raw material import costs. That's coming from Man. You can see that on page 22. Stories above. External reserves fall by $3 billion in 6 months. CBN injected $18 billion into forex markets in 2022. That's according to reports. Naira redesign couldn't stop my victory, says Tinubu. You can see that on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Now let's move to the Guardian. Guardian is leading with towards first 100 days. In 30 days of honeymoon, Tinubu's sweeping reforms leave Nigerians poorer, agitated. Big story pages 4 and 5. High point of first 30 days. You can see that on the front page. And there's also a question here that says, but where are the palliatives? Of course, you can get more of that inside the Guardian newspaper. On page 6, I invoked a Milokon spirit to win despite a cashless policy, says Tinubu. Catholic bishops kick, reject bill for council on Christian education. Abuja resident laments growing rate of almajiri. You can see that story on page 9. Environmentalist decries fresh oil spillage in rivers. That can be seen on page 22. Obi tackles Tinubu over long convoy, asks him to lead by example. Stories above. Soft drinks, chewing gums, toothpaste, post cancer risks. World Health Organization warns. Lastly, on the Guardian newspaper, issued needs eat 101 million. 56.7% allocated to males. That can be seen on page 16 of the Guardian newspaper. And that's all we have on the front pages of the dailies this morning. Join us after the break as our correspondent will be reviewing some of the stories. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Today in the News on Vanguard Live. My name is Damlola Okushaki. Joining us is our correspondent, John Bosco Agbakoro, and he'll be telling us about what the president said yesterday. Hello, John Bosco.
Hello, Danny. Good morning.
Good morning. Please give us your reports.
Okay, yesterday, yesterday marked a 1 month, Mr. President, President Bola Tinubu, in the oath of office, it was inaugurated on May 29 at Eagle Square, Abuja. So the president was on a thank-you visit, in Ogun State. We went to see the paramount rulers. There, you remember that before the president emerged, before the convention that produced him, he was in Ogun State, where he now made the famous saying in the local. So the president yesterday said he invoked the spirits of freedom and determination, symbolized by Baba Emilokom, to overcome the obstacles in the election. Remember the build up to the election, even before the APC primaries, there were speculations, that some forces within the party or Progressive Congress, didn't want him to be the party's flag bearer. It was, we said, President, then, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the then APC leader, declared that it was his turn to be the president of the country. So in separate remarks at the palaces of the paramount ruler of Ijabuland, Oba Shikuru Adetona, and in Ijabode, and the Lake of Embaland, Oba Adedokum Wadabo, during that visit, the president said he was encouraged by the spirit of Emilokom. He was reflecting on the challenges, in the build-up to the 2023 presidential elections. He recounted his concerns about the confiscation. During that period, that was the time before the election, the time the Central Bank of Nigeria, come up with this cash swap, this cashless policy. So he recounted his concerns about the confiscation of funds. The old naira, were confiscated, and the failure of the cashless. He talked about the failure of the cashless policy, and how he had previously sought wisdom and guidance from Oba Adetona during his visit to the palace. Within that period, before he declared the issue of Emilokom, he consulted, the royal father for his blessing and his pieces of advice. So let me actually quote his actual words that yesterday. He said, "Our monies were confiscated. The cashless policy didn't work. It was terrible then. I realized that I came to Ogun State to invoke the spirit of freedom, which we are noted for. I invoked that spirit twice. The spirit of Baba Emilokom, being blunt, being decisive, was not trying to, explain that the royal father is a very blunt person, somebody that is always decisive whenever he's taking a decision. So he said the second spirit, was that of money. Because of the cashless policy, there was this problem. Even the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and the other people were, lamenting that there may not be money for them to transport the electoral materials. But the president yesterday was saying that whether there was money or there was no money, he was encouraged by the spirit of Emilokom that he must definitely win his election. The president now, in conclusion, while thanking the people, said that that spirit of Emilokom has been the driving force behind the activities, the policies, he has been, taking since the next, and they express gratitude to the royal father.
All right, what do you have to say about the first 30 days of the president?
It is a matter of mixed feelings. Mixed feelings in the sense that, this Panabellum doctrine, if you wish for peace, if you wish peace, prepare for war. Sometimes when good things are coming, sometimes it may come in a very hard way. The announcement at his inauguration that subsidy is gone, has brought a lot of, let me say, obstacles for now, because the removal of subsidy has skyrocketed prices of everything in the country, and it appears now people are, facing some hardship. But I still believe that the president and his economic team are working around the clock to ensure that things are, things get better. Besides, in the last 30 days, he has taken some policies also. Remember the issue of the CBN, governor. I think some people look at it as a very hard and harsh decision, but he has to take it because he has his own vision on how he wants the economy look like. Remember also the issue of the EFCC chairman that was suspended, and who is also, with the anti-graft agency, given information on what he knows on his operations. And he has appointed service chiefs and other things. People are expecting him by now to constitute his cabinet. But I think we cannot also lay the blame to him because he wanted the National Assembly to be in proper shape. That's the 10th Assembly. And now 10th Assembly is in proper shape. It has been inaugurated. And I think though they are on the session, when they come back, it's believed that Mr. President will submit the nominees for ministerial positions. So far, so good. If not the issue of the removal of subsidy that has affected everything, and some persons believe, are of the view that he has started in a very good way.
All right, thank you very much, John Bosco Agbakro, for the report.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and that's our correspondent, and he just spoke to us about what the president said yesterday, and talking about the point of the high point of his first 30 days, and of course we have to talk about the first subsidy remover. He also the FX Naira is also floating. He handled the National Assembly's leadership matter. Also, he appointed service chiefs. We also have to put into consideration Emefiele's arrest and also the EFCC boss remover. The proposed VAT on diesel, a new tariff on electricity, though that is suspended now. And there's also the 1,000 Naira charges on vehicle ownership and student loan schemes, where the students are also happy about this, though there are still some people, requesting that there should be more and all students should be included in the scheme. But of course, we know they are still going to talk about that. Now, let's end this on a lighter note with Mr. and Mrs. And the first person speaking today is Mrs. Mrs. says, my people are only asking for their rights. Whenever the need arises, you must ask their in-law, pay your dues. And Mr. replied, now I'm getting a clearer definition of the word cabal. Give it to Mr. and Mrs. to just put a smile on your face every morning. But this is where we have to draw the curtain. My name is Damola Ogunshaki. Do well to like and follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, our WhatsApp number is also displayed on your screen. Have a lovely weekend.